What's up guys, it's Criddle here from the AnimeBallZ team with a very special video for you all. This is the 2DS announcement video that I'm deciding to do. So why am I talking about the 2DS? Well, it's plain and simple. Nintendo announced a new console that they're bringing out and everyone's in an uproar over it, so I'm hopefully going to help alleviate some of the tension and educate some of the people who just don't want to understand why Nintendo is doing this. First and foremost, the 3DS is a great console. The 3D aspect is not something that everyone gets for. I don't actually use the 3D on my 3DS, and I know a lot of people that don't. So why not just bring out a 2D version of the 3DS with the hinges and everything? Simple marketing is the answer. Why would you release a console that has just 2D is the only difference between the 2DS and the 3DS when most people don't use the 3D on the 3DS? No one is going to buy a 3DS if they can get the exact same thing in a 2D model. Why would you? That's part of the reason why there's no hinges on the 2DS. There are other reasons, however. Now, Nintendo has come out and said that this console is designed for a younger gaming type. So the younger generation of gamers who really shouldn't be using 3D, which is pretty much anyone, I think under about 9 or 7, shouldn't be using 3D because it's bad for the eyes or something like that. And in my opinion, the 2DS is a great idea because, you know, the biggest functionality problem with the DS and the 3DS, and the XL versions as well, is the hinges on them. Now, there are quite a number of people, usually little kids, that do break them. I mean, anyone who happens to break the hinges off their DS or 3DS is a complete idiot and a joke. But anyway, so the biggest complaint with the DS and the 3DS is those hinges more than anything else. It's the biggest breaking feature. Now, people also complain, and you know, so you get rid of the hinges, you get rid of that, you know, any sort of liability that Nintendo has towards breakage on the console. Anything else can't be considered fair damage, you know. I don't know if the hinges are covered under warranty, but it is a part of the device that could be considered under warranty if it does break. So by getting rid of the hinges, they get rid of that problem, and they get rid of the, you know, the main breakage issue that the 3DS and the DS have had over their entire life cycle, being the only, and I'll point this out, the only device, the only, you know, playable device that has that flip open screen as far as regular gaming consoles go. Now, in the same way that everyone upgraded from a flip phone to an iPhone or an Android device, you know, the Samsungs or whatever you're using, no one's complaining really that they don't have the flip phones anymore. Not a lot of people anyway. And yet everyone, like literally everyone, has broken the screen on an iPhone. You know, why aren't people complaining about that? Same reason why you don't really need to complain about this issue with the, you know, 2DS. Get a friggin' case for it. The cases are, you know, going to be selling for like $12.95 in the US, which means they'll be about $13, $14 here. My prediction is that within 2 or 3 months of the release of the 2DS, there will be a case included with the console, so there's no problem. And no one ever had an issue in the past with the original Game Boy, the Game Boy Pockets, the Game Boy Colors, or the Game Boy Advances. And really, no one's had any issues with the PSPs. Why? Because everyone gets a case for them. Other people are also complaining about the issue of it not fitting into people's pockets. I don't know about you, but my 3DS XL doesn't fit in my pocket very well. Thankfully, I'm always wearing shorts, so it is able to fit because pockets on shorts, for whatever reason, are bigger than those on jeans. And that's a problem that mostly guys have, where they barely fit in. I don't know how many of you guys out there have worn girls' jeans, but I'm pretty sure all the girls can, you know, testify to that. The fact that girls' pants have smaller pockets. Girls' pants won't be able to fit a 3DS, even a normal 3DS, usually in the pockets of a pair of jeans. Which means you have to carry it in your bag. Get a case for the, you know, just to stop any damage. The target audience for this console as well is, you know, your under 10 sort of thing. What are they carrying with them? They're going to be carrying the 2DS and a juice box. And you're probably saying, oh, but what if the juice box explodes? If the juice box explodes on a normal DS or a 3DS, it's going to ruin the console anyway. Those things are not water resistant, that's for sure. They might be making these ones a little bit more water resistant so that they don't get damaged by water. And really, you crack a screen, you're going to be able to crack the screen just as easily on the 2DS or 3DS. In fact, probably easier because that flip open bit is very thin. whereas this newer console is a bit bulkier, so it's meant to be a bit more durable. The best marketing ploy of the 2DS is also its release date, October 12th, which is also the day that Pokemon X and Y come out. This is an absolutely genius move by Nintendo. You can't knock this because you're releasing a console designed for a new generation of gamers the day that one of the biggest genres of gaming comes out. A new Pokemon game it's amazing. It's the first 3DS game and you can't go past it. It's a fantastic idea. So in summation to all of this, the 2DS, in my opinion, is a fantastic move by Nintendo. It's not designed to compete directly with the 3DS, so it won't affect 3DS sales. Because no one's going to be saying, well, the 2DS is just that 2D element is the only difference, so I'll just buy a 2DS. It means that if you want to have the flip screen, you have to buy a 3DS. But it is a lower entry level market console for the younger gamers. A combination of the cheaper price tag, the release date being the same day as Pokemon, and it not being, as I said, not being in direct competition, as well as just being a lot more kid-friendly, makes this console a great move by Nintendo. It's great. Target audience is happy with it. Everyone else doesn't like it, but you guys aren't the target audience, so you're not expected to like where Nintendo's going with this. Great move by Nintendo in my opinion. If you guys have any questions or comments about this, leave them down below. But until anything else comes to fruition or I bring out another video, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.